Right now, a fortnight might seem like a long time.
But let me assure you that when you're studying for exams, 2 weeks can seem like no time at all.
Pupils are always asking how much time they should spend studying. The answer is all the time.
Starting now.
Cancel your social life. Forget the television.
Get yourself a place in the house where you can work undisturbed.
On the day of the exam, get up early.
Make sure you bring more than one pen.
Don't forget your calculator.
Read the questions carefully.
Write on both sides of the paper.
Both sides of the paper.
Both sides of the paper.
Hi, this is Tony Nolan, Phone Ranger, reporting to you on Radio Sherrington. Well, today I've moseyed on down to the offices of the Junior Gazette newsroom. Hey, I'm not getting the feel of this. Can we try it again?
Sam.
No, this is Tony.
Yeah, and this is Sam.
Sorry, always get you mixed up with Sam.
Yeah, okay then. Tape running.
Hi, this is Tony
I always thought the phone ranger was live.
Until you met him.
Oh, come on, Spike. This guy's giving us really good publicity.
The guy's certified brain dead. If he was on a life support, they'd give away his kidneys.
What's that old lady doing these days? The one that was saving up her cats to make a coat?
Wearing them.
Oh. And what year was the Poor Law Amendment Act passed?
1834.
Spike, Parliamentary Reform Act?
Can you hum one of their singles?
2 weeks to the exam, Spike. Get worried.
You know, I used to wonder why they called you Laughing Lynda, and then it hit me. They don't.
Are you saying I haven't got a sense of humour?
That was a joke.
Lynda, quickly, he wants to interview you.
What?
Tony Nolan. Come on.
I don't mean...
An interview on the phone?
Now, that's what I call a chat-up line.
Of course.
Why can't he use a tape recorder like everyone else?
Well, then he wouldn't be called the Phone Ranger, would he?
Well, how about the Tape Crusader?
And here she is, Lynda Day, editor of the Junior Gazette. Hello, Lynda.
Hello, Tony.
And tell me, Lynda, how did this junior paper first get started?
Well, it was Mr. Kerr's idea, really. He kind of thought there should be something more for the young people in the area. And...
Go on.
Well, anyway, he thought there should be something more for the young people here. And so he got some of us... the headmaster.
What?
I'll call you back.
Is this guy, like, important?
Believe me, this guy loves important.
Spike,
Him here?
this is usually the part where I wake up sweating.
Did you see who just walked in?
These maths formula, I can never remember them.
The headmaster.
I've written them out about 100 times, they just won't stick.
Have you tried writing them in your pencil case?
Oh yes, that is going to help me remember them in an exam.
Well, if you remember your pencil case. You want us to what?
I have my reasons, Lynda. They should be obvious.
Mr. Winters, what you are suggesting is completely impractical.
I came here this afternoon, Lynda, to meet you on your ground. When I make a suggestion, you might at least meet me halfway.
Sir, can I just ask why?
Because it's only 2 weeks to the exams.
The mocks, yeah.
And they're going to last another 2 weeks on top of that.
So?
That's a conflict of interests. How can anyone be working all out for the exams and for your paper?
Colin, over here.
I'm talking to Mr. Nolan.
Well, hang up.
Yeah.
Mr. Winters has a problem. He doesn't see how we can work for our exams and run the Gazette.
You going to cancel the exams?
I've asked Lynda to close down your paper for a month.
Yesterday, the headmaster asked you to halt the paper for a month. Is that going to happen?
It's laughable. We've already spent the money we were going to make on the next 4 editions anyway. So how can we cancel it? And can I just add that available from me personally at a very special price is the brand new Colin Matthews exam kit containing...
Cut!
And unless I am completely satisfied that the paper can continue without affecting anyone's exam prospects, it comes to an end.
Well, that's what he said.
Word for word.
Well, I think we've got trouble.
I think you're right. Sarah? Research material on playground violence from our #1 news hound, Spike. Give me 1,500 words, no more.
When's this for?
Yesterday or sooner. You should see his spelling, it's amazing. I'll tell you the best bits, but you'll have your own favourites.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
OK, take till yesterday evening. Are you all right?
Yeah, of course.
Have you been sleeping OK?
Yes. Been counting sheep till I see the same ones come round again.
Just so long as it's the Gazette you're losing sleep for.
Lynda?
Are you all right?
No.
Or do you want to talk about it?
No.
Well, can I help?
No.
Do you know what word is being overused in this conversation?
No.
That's the one.
Let me guess. Sarah's having her exam breakdown.
Yep.
Is it that time of year already?
We simply assured the headmaster that no one would be under pressure because of the Gazette. We've got a rota system on the wall over here. It means that nobody does more than an absolute minimum.
For those of you listening in black and white, the wall chart's in green. What about the kids who feel they still can't cope with both?
No one's being forced. Anyone who wants to back out can. Listen, I've got work to do.
And that was Lynda Day, editor of the Junior Gazette. Did you get all that, Sam?
Ready when you are.
Lynda, do you remember asking me to tell you if you were ever being insensitive or too demanding?
No.
Well, that's because you haven't. But you would have if you were less insensitive and demanding.
Kenny?
Look, Sarah's already wound up about her exams. You've just wound her up tighter.
What's your point?
We need Sarah for the next 4 editions. We can't afford to lose her.
Kenny, I know Sarah. She can be a bag of nerves, but she isn't a quitter.
Make a sentence out of the following 4 words. I, you, told so.
Kenny, up, shut.
You had absolutely no right to behave in the way that you did. The girl was already going to pieces over her exams, and all you can do is demand more work from her.
Sir, I didn't know.
Lynda, you are supposed to be one of her friends.
And she's supposed to be one of mine. But she spoke to you, not me. Sir?
And you assured me there would be no conflict between work for the exams and work for the paper.
There won't be. Especially not for her, now she's walked out on us.
And you resent that?
Every time someone quits, it means more work for the rest of us. We've got exams too.
And just how many would need to quit before you were forced to hold the paper?
Off the top of my head... Off the top of my head, I couldn't say.
But it could happen.
Colin told you the financial situation. We could stop, but we couldn't start again.
Compared with your academic success, I think that hardly matters. The Junior Gazette will not get you a job. Your exams might.
Sir, are you planning to take any more action on this?
That's all now, Lynda. You can go.
Sir, are you?
When I say you can go, Lynda, that's an order, not an opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Rosemary, do we have a list of who in this school works on the Junior Gazette?
Hi.
I wish I could chat, Colin, but I really have got rather a lot of work to do right now.
Even in your lunch hour, eh? Heard Lynda came down pretty hard on you.
Yeah, well, you know Lynda.
Well, don't hold that against me. Sarah, can I ask you a question?
I don't know.
You don't know whether I can ask you a question?
I don't know how I can be topping almost all my classes and still go to pieces whenever the exams are close. That's what you were going to ask, isn't it?
I'd have been more tactful.
I get asked that question so often I mutter answers in my sleep.
I care about that. I want you to know that I care about what you're going through. And because I care so much, I'm here to show you the brand new Colin Matthews exam kit. In that folder there, for the most reasonable price imaginable. You get sample answers from the school's smartest brains. You get questions spotted by kids with proven track records in exam prediction.
And I'm supposed to pay for this, am I?
Normally, I would charge a £5. But because it's you, because you're so close to me, and because I care about you, I'm not going to embarrass you by charging any less.
And do you know the sort of people who are going to go for that, Colin? The ones who are terrified out of their wits of what their parents will say if they fail. The ones who are desperate to pass but don't think they've got the brains to do it on their own. And the ones like me who need all the reassurance you can sell them.
I never knew the market would be that big.
Dear parent, it has been brought to my attention that your child is deeply involved in the activities of the Junior Gazette. Now, while I am, of course, entirely in favour of this kind of extracurricular activity, I feel bound to point out that the exams are almost upon us. This is a time when study is paramount and must take precedence over any hobbies or pursuits, however worthy.
I have been asked to remind you that these letters are for your parents. Make sure they reach them with the envelope still sealed.
I therefore strongly urge you to halt your child's association with the Gazette for the duration of the exam period.
Come in.
Quite simply, this could be the difference between passing and failing.
Miss Hessop, it's morning break. Can I make you a cup of tea?
Yours sincerely, Timothy Winters, headmaster.
You know something, we've got trouble.
Please check that you are sitting at the desk numbers you were assigned last week. And do not turn over the exam paper until you are told to.
All set? I hope you pass this exam. I really do. Because I'd hate to think you wrecked the paper for nothing.
But Lynda...
I hope you realise there's a queue of people a mile long just waiting never to speak to you again.
Quiet there, please. That's 10 o'clock. You may turn over your papers.
This is Radio Sherrington's Phone Ranger, reporting once again from the Junior Gazette. Yesterday, I told you about the headmaster's letter. Today, I'm telling you about a major crisis. With over half their team gone, will the Junior Gazette be able to weather the storm? Earlier, I spoke to Lynda Day, editor.
We've worked out a schedule that might just get us through if we lose a few pages from each edition. But if anyone else walks out on us, we could really be sunk.
What if the Junior Gazette has to close? Can it be restarted? Colin Matthews.
It'd be a real struggle and we'd have a lot of debt. We're pretty fragile as it is already and this could knock us out of the game completely.
This is the Phone Ranger, handing you back to the afternoon show from a Junior Gazette in serious trouble.
I hope I picked a good time.
At the moment, there's no such thing. A good time for what?
To ask you a question. Off the record.
What's the subject? Maths? Physics? History? I'm equally behind in all of them.
Yeah, I suppose it's really rough on you.
If that's the question, do you really need an answer?
Actually, I was going to ask you when's the earliest date you can leave school. Don't say anything. I'm going to make a suggestion. I don't want you to talk. I want you to listen and think. I'm on my last 6 months as the phone ranger, which is fine by me because it's only a slot in someone else's program, and because I'm getting a show of my own afterwards. A kids' news show, Lynda. Saturday morning stuff. I'm looking for an editor. Someone the right age with the right experience. I just want you to know that the job's yours for the asking. Have a think about it. I just thought this might be a good time to mention it, when you're in the middle of working out which is more important, your exams or your career.
New work schedule. And Julie just phoned. We've lost her.
That's all of the graphics team. What are we going to do?
Without. Anyway, I'll leave you to it.
Kenny? Kenny, I don't see your name here. Thanks, Kenny. It's always nice to know you're behind me. I just wish you were still in sight.
I'm sorry, Lynda.
Quitting's becoming a bit of a habit for you, isn't it?
Hey, Kenny, wait a moment. Lynda came down pretty hard on you, didn't she?
Yeah, well, you know Lynda.
Hey, don't hold that against me. But listen, Kenny, I want you to know that I care about this. I care about what you're going through.
Thanks, Colin.
Hi. I'm your new assistant editor again.
Spike, no more jokes about my sense of humour.
That wasn't a joke.
So come on, what's our situation?
Up a creek, running out of paddles. And tomorrow lunchtime I've got to go and see the headmaster again.
Why?
Because I asked to.
So what do you want to tell him?
Nothing I could repeat in front of him. I'll settle for saying that I'm going ahead with the Gazette come what may. And that he's made it pretty damned hard.
Are you sure we should still go ahead?
Not you as well.
No, you. Me failing my exams, that's a school event. But for you...
For me, Spike? I don't think it's going to matter.
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me a moment.
Because it's you. Because you're a friend and someone I care about. I'm going to knock the price down to £6.
All right if I give you the money tomorrow?
I trust you, Julie. And I know you trust me. So while I'm trusting you to give me the £6 tomorrow, you can trust me to give you the exam kit.
Oh, hi, Lynda.
Kate, heard Lynda came down pretty hard on you. I care about that.
Room for one more?
You want to come with me?
With my reputation around here, I can only offer you moral support.
All support gratefully accepted.
So what are you going to tell him?
How he nearly wrecked the Junior Gazette, why he hasn't succeeded, and politely what I think of him.
You hold him down, I'll frisk him for weapons.
Come in.
Mr. Winters... But you don't know what he was trying to do.
His job, Lynda.
But if the Gazette stops...
Not if, Lynda. Not if.
We won't be able to start it again.
And whose fault would that be?
Mr. Winters. Sarah's? Is it someone I know?
Whose job is it to plan ahead? Who should have foreseen a conflict between studying for the exams and working for the paper?
The Prime Minister. Bad time for a joke, right?
And what about your exams, Lynda? Spike? They matter a great deal to you both. And please don't tell me about the job offer with Radio Sherrington. I don't think either party is quite ready for that yet.
You know.
Now listen. Unless the paper can go ahead without affecting anyone's exam prospects, and I don't see how it can, it stops. And if that gives you financial problems, well, that's newspapers. Now, you've got half your lunch hour left. Good study time.
But Mr. Kerr...
I've heard enough.
Well, we really showed him.
I hate being beaten. I just hate being beaten.
You never stood a chance. Just snatched defeat from the jaws of defeat.
Hey, you do. I expect Winters came down pretty hard on you, didn't he?
Please, Colin, I've heard all about your exam kit.
But have you heard about the new knockdown price of only £7?
I heard of the new knockdown price at only £6.
How have you got time for all this? Shouldn't you be studying?
That's the beauty of it. I am. I worked with all the smartest brains in the school to get this exam kit together. Along the way, I picked up all the lines, all the tips, all the angles. You see, kid, I don't just work for exams. I make exams work for me. It's all a matter of combining my studying with what I do normally. Did I say something wrong?
So what questions do you think are going to be dead certs?
Chartists, they always come up.
No, not in 78. That makes them a high probability, but not a dead cert.
Oh, come on.
Well, OK, then we'll
This is amazing, you know. I'm actually studying. I might even pass something. I wonder if they'll declare a national holiday.
I don't believe you guys. You stole my market. Who's going to buy my exam kit now they know that the next 4 editions of the Junior Gazette are going to be 10 times better?
Can we quote you on that?
How are the sample answers coming?
Oh, fine, great. I'll tell you something, it beats working on your own.
Well, I think it's an excellent idea. Not only do they learn about their subjects, but they learn about the value of teamwork and cooperation. I'm delighted to be associated with it.
Thank you. Well, Lynda, you certainly make some spectacular messes.
But?
Who said anything about but?
Excuse me a moment. I've got someone I need to talk to. Hi.
Hi.
The Gazette and exam study. Whether you're reading it or writing it. I think we did good.
Yeah, I think so too.
I was just going to say, thanks for the immoral support.
Anytime.
Makes me almost think I shouldn't be leaving for Radio Sherrington.
You're going to Radio Sherrington?
That was a joke.
You look tired, Sarah.
It is the middle of the exams, Colin.
I care about that. I care about what you're going through.
Oh, no.
Sarah, I want to introduce you to the Colin Matthews Exam Recovery Kit.
Forget it, Colin.
Exactly. Forget those troublesome exams. Work your way back to a quieter time.
You're really sick, you know that?
Have a read of this short booklet about rest and relaxation techniques.
Colin, it's got a title page followed by 4 blank ones. There's nothing to read.
Relaxing, isn't it?
Colin!
And here, an invaluable document. How to tell your parents you failed, including a list of 7 household chores you should do before you tell them.
No sale, Colin.
If you buy one, I'll go away.
OK, how much?
Why should I?
Because give me a reason why not.
Give me a reason why.
Because subconsciously you want to.
Sub what?
Subconsciously.
Have you been practicing big words in the mirror?
I read it.
You can read?
It was in the story. Batman goes to the psychiatrist.
Spike, I am not going out with you.
Why?
Because I'm busy. I've got all this work to do for tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Why do you always have to worry about tomorrow?
Because I intend to be there.
Yeah, but you don't have to be there today. That's your trouble, Lynda. You live every day a day in advance.
What, you mean I should live like there's no tomorrow and be wrong every morning?
No, just live like you'll live forever. Then you'll only be wrong once.
Spike, watch my lips. Hear my words. Read my semaphore. Feel my braille. I am not going out with you.
You mean even though subconsciously...
I do not subconsciously want to go out with you.
Are you denying you dream about me?
I don't dream about you.
Of course you do.
I do not.
I bet you do.
I don't.
I can prove it.
How?
Watch.
Damn. Lynda! Did I startle you?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I knew he wouldn't know a word like subconsciously.
What?
Nothing. Am I late for school?
It's Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm sorry to wake you, love, but there's someone downstairs for you, a boy.
A boy?
He was very insistent. I told him you were still asleep.
Spike.
He didn't give a name.
Rough-looking but cute.
Well, I'm not sure about cute.
Neither am I.
Look, I put him in the kitchen. It doesn't seem right to leave him downstairs and outside if he's a friend of yours.
Don't I have a longer dressing gown?
That is your longer dressing gown. It's nearly to your feet.
Yes, but I go all the way to my feet. How do I look?
Fine.
That worse?
Well, yes.
Good. Spike, I don't know what you think you're doing. Who are you? Find yourself a desk, get a pen and some paper. I want the whole thing written down.
I already told you.
Look, if we're going to do this at all, we're going to do it my way. Desk, pen, paper.
I was going to tell you were late, but then my life started flashing in front of me.
Kenny, I want a meeting with you, Sarah and Billy and find out if anyone here was at the school judo club last night.
Do I get to ask why?
There's no law against asking, but I'm considering it. Oh, and Kenny, next time I want to print my address in the paper, please tell me it was a really stupid idea. Then duck.
Sure thing.
Spike, hit! Miss. Busy?
Just paperwork.
I want you to get me the headmaster's home phone number. His name's Winters, he lives in Carver Street. Read, enjoy, don't peek at the end. Zyla did it. By the way, I want to try a word on you.
Wouldn't have to be yes, would it?
A new word.
That'd be new.
Subconsciously.
Don't tell me. It's something you catch from a dirty towel.
Has anyone ever told you you've got a wonderful vocabulary?
I always knew that. Just could never put it into words. I guess I always knew, subconsciously. Hit.
Hit. Billy, are you busy right now?
Yes. No.
Lynda? Not now, Tiddler. Billy, I want you to get into the school records and find out all you can on Bobby Tweed.
Will do.
How do we get into somebody's school records? Remember Colin persuaded the school to put their records on computer?
Yeah.
Remember Billy helped them set up their system?
Yeah.
We kind of left the back door open.
You're kidding.
And you've got to improve on your maths. You need to do something about those birds.
Lynda, listen, can I talk to you about Spike?
Why not? Spike always does.
Yeah, but do you know he's having trouble at home?
No? What?
Well, I don't know, he won't say, but he's really upset about it.
Doesn't show.
Yeah, well, you know Spike. He's all mouth to hide behind, especially when you're around. Listen, I was wondering, it's his birthday on Friday. No one knows, but it is. And there's this group coming to town he'd really like to see. It's the Dreadnoughts at the Pavilion on Friday.
Are you suggesting I go with him? A date?
Well, it would really cheer him up.
No way, Tiddler.
Oh, you're all heart, Day.
Last night at the school judo club, £30 was stolen from the cash box. Our man Bobby was seen coming out of the room where the cash box was kept. He was seen in the changing room stashing money in his anorak. He was searched later and found with exactly £30 on him.
Well, I give up. Who did it?
Not Bobby, according to Bobby. He says everyone who saw him was lying and the money was given to him by his gran.
What did his gran say about that?
Want to ask her? She's 93 and thinks her cat's Napoleon.
Maybe we should check if her cat is Napoleon. Or if the old girl's as bad as Bobby's telling you.
I phoned her. She is.
She mentioned her cat on the phone.
She said it was her cat speaking.
Wait a minute, I don't follow this. So a guy steals some money and then denies it. Why was he denying it to you in your kitchen?
He thought maybe the paper could help him.
Help him?
He wants the Gazette to do a private investigation.
What?
You're joking.
I'm not, and neither is he. Billy, what did you get on his record?
Practically nothing. He only transferred to the school 2 months ago. But there was one kind of funny thing. He lives in Sherrington. That means going to Norwich High costs him 2 train journeys a day.
So I come to Northbridge?
I'm still looking.
We're not going to do this, are we? Investigate?
We don't have much choice.
No choice?
Bobby didn't go home last night. He was terrified his father would thump him. So terrified he's not planning to go home at all, unless someone agrees to help him. And that someone happens to be us.
Well, we can't do this. This isn't our thing. For all we know, the guy did steal that money.
And he's not asking us to say he didn't, just to investigate. It's not an unreasonable request. And if we turn it down, we'll be partly responsible for him not being home tonight.
Well, I just want you to know, it sounds pretty guilty to me.
Actually, he's not.
What?
He's not guilty. He couldn't have done it. There's a little detail that makes that impossible. I'm not going to tell you. When you can't walk, run or wiggle your fingers, you've got to have something to make yourself interesting.
Kenny, what do you think?
Well, people sound too reasonable to have opinions. But I don't know about that.
Guilty.
Innocent.
OK, you've both convinced me. You're on the story together.
Together?
Prosecution and defence. I'm a great fan of the legal system. And now I've got to go and tell someone about this who I don't think is going to be too thrilled.
018.
That it?
Yeah. It's Winters in Carver Street.
Wish me luck. By the way, Spike, are you feeling OK?
Me? Yeah.
Good. Great. Well, hang in there, all right?
What's the matter with her?
She's having some trouble at home, didn't you know?
Trouble?
Yeah, she's really upset about it. Listen, okay, it's her birthday on Friday. It's strictly confidential. But there's this band coming to town that she'd really like to see. Lynda, I finished the drawing for the centre spread. What do you think?
Julie, that's beautiful. We really are going to have to do something about those birds.
Sorry to interrupt your lunch break, Mr. Prescott.
Any bunch of kids who can talk a runaway pupil back into school and talk the headmaster into letting them investigate have got to be worth helping.
I hear the headmaster wasn't too pleased about us getting involved.
I heard that too, and I was 4 rooms away. Anyway, Sarah, I'll save you a lot of time. Bobby Tweed stole that money. I saw him. Now, the cash box started here. I brought it with me at the beginning of the evening, just in case any of the kids had forgotten their bus fare. I had to be very careful about that. I had to make sure they can all get home.
But nobody had, so he just sticks the box into a corner. Then about 5 o'clock he calls a break and tells us that he's got to make this phone call.
So I took the cash box with me and left it in the equipment room. Then I went to the office to use the phone.
He just left us talking and hanging about. It would have been pretty easy for anyone to slip out without being noticed.
As I came out of the office and back down the corridor, I saw Bobby running out of the equipment room with money in his hand.
So I've just been out to the toilet and I was heading back to the gym. And I saw Bobby come running out of the equipment room with some money in his hand. For a moment I thought he was coming at me. Then he dived straight into the changing room.
I chased after him, but by the time I caught up he was back in the gym, as if he'd never been out of it. And he'd managed to hide the money.
Me and Keith were in the gym, and where we were standing, we could just see into the changing room. And we saw Bobby come belting in from the corridor and stuff some money in his bag. Then he comes strolling into the gym, as if nothing had happened.
I checked the cash box and there was £30 missing. 3 tenors. So I stopped everything, got the kids back into their street clothes and searched the whole place and everyone in it. Sure enough, there was £30 in Bobby's bag. In tenors.
So Prescott faced him with the fact that he'd stolen the money, and Bobby just took off into the night, and nobody saw him again until he turned up in Lynda's kitchen. That's pretty conclusive, I'd say.
I found the reason Bobby goes to Norwich High.
Yeah?
He's kicked out of every school in Sherrington.
Really? What for?
He's been having a difficult adolescence. You know, fighting, stealing, protection rackets, setting the school on fire.
So not exactly young person of the year, then?
Well, he's not the type of guy a nice girl would take home to meet Mother, unless Mother was recruiting officer for a major terrorist organisation.
I think that rather puts a lid on it.
Does rather.
Proves he's just the kind of guy to do this.
Proves he still lives in Sherrington and couldn't have done it.
What? What's Sherrington got to do with anything?
Think about it, Sarah. You'll get it eventually.
Oh, you're not still on about your little detail, are you? Billy, he was seen by 4 different people. Mr. Prescott, Ian Brown, Keith Evans and Jerry Hardy.
Yeah, strange that. I'll have to think about it. Do you have to go now?
No.
On your way out, could you get my dad to bring me some coffee?
Oh, sure, right. Great talking to you, Billy.
Why not?
Why should I?
Well, give me a reason why not.
Give me a reason why.
Because we both know that you want to go out with me.
I do not.
So why did you buy the tickets?
What tickets?
For my birthday treat at the pavilion.
I didn't buy any tickets. Hey, what are you doing?
How to explain these?
Who says they're anything to do with you?
Tiddler.
Oh, killer.
So, what do you say? I arrive at your house about 6 o'clock. You'll still be upstairs changing, so I'll have to chat to your parents. That means I have to look at the baby photos. What about clothes? What do you think?
What about them?
Well, I think you should wear some. Otherwise, your parents are going to think I'm a bit forward.
This is a real dream come true for you, isn't it, Spike?
Well, I don't know about that. I've thought about it.
Are you denying you've dreamt about it?
No, I wouldn't say dreamt exactly.
I can prove it.
Oh, yeah? How?
Watch. Damn. Why am I doing this?
What you're looking at is an actual size representation of 2 of the school corridors.
I'd remembered the walls was taller.
The doors to the school office, the gym, and the equipment room on the corner between them.
Terrific. Draw me the rest of the school. I won't bother coming in tomorrow.
Now, Prescott was on his way back from the office when he saw Bobby run out of the equipment room. He chased after him, but by the time he'd caught up, Bobby had managed to hide the money, right? Seems to me, if Bobby had time to stick the money in his bag and stroll into the gym, he must have had a good start on Prescott in the first place. Kenny and Fraz tried it. Show how much of a start he'd have needed. That was the distance between them when Prescott claims to have recognised Bobby.
Fraz, can you see Kelly from over there?
Is that you, Kenny?
I don't know, I'm too far away.
It was after school. The corridor would only be partly lit. Halfway down, there's a pair of fire doors.
Glass panelled.
Wired glass. And Bobby, or whoever it was, would have been wearing the same judo kit as every other kid that night. There's no way Prescott could have been sure.
But he was.
Oh, yeah? Then why, when he found the money missing, did he search everyone?
Prescott wasn't the only one to see him. Ian Brown, Keith Evans, Jerry Hardy.
Never mind them. Could Prescott have recognised Bobby?
Yes.
Danny, we did another little reconstruction at the school. Can you recognise Bobby in that photograph?
Yeah, I think so.
That's interesting, because it's Kenny.
Lynda.
Yes, what is it?
Hi.
Hi, Spike. So how are you?
Fine. You?
Fine.
What's wrong?
Why should anything be wrong?
Well, you've been talking to me more than 3 seconds. You haven't been sarcastic to me.
How do you know?
Yeah, right.
Look, Spike,
Look, I was wondering... You first.
No, you.
No, you.
Look, Spike, I don't know how to put this. Spike, would you like to...
Lynda, we've got to do something about those birds. They're picking on me.
Well, I've never heard it called that before.
Look, I've got an idea. I know these guys down at the shooting range. They can just...
Colin, think preservation of wildlife.
Wildlife?
Animals, Colin.
Preservation of animals? You mean like in a freezer?
We'll talk later.
But those little Nazis are picking on me.
Yeah, well, forgiven, ye shall be forgiven.
Spike, you just quoted the Bible.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's great. That's from Matthew.
Yeah, well, he probably saw it on the same bumper sticker.
Don't joke. I'm beginning to suspect the truth about you, Spike Thompson.
The truth?
Yeah.
Beneath all that tough talk, all the boasting about the fights you've been in, really, you wouldn't hurt a fly, would you?
Yeah? Well, you should have seen me last night.
You were in a fight?
No, but I killed a fly.
Spike, I've been thinking about you.
About me?
About you.
Oh, look, is it that thing that happened at the school sports day? Because I didn't even know that was your underwear.
It's not what happened to... What?
Well, it was a mad impulse. I was bored, sort of flagpole and...
Flagpole?
Well, it was a hot day. I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. I fell.
I thought those were Betty Hunter's things.
Yeah, that's right, they were. I recognize them. I mean,
Fell?
No, Lynda, wait, come on, please, listen. Look, you're angry, and you're right. You should be angry. I mean, that stuff with a flagpole, it was dumb and immature and stupid. But that was the old me. It was ages ago. New me doesn't find that kind of stuff funny anymore. No way. No how. It's not funny at all.
Underwear on a flagpole?
No, Lynda, come on, look. Hey, Lynda. Look, I know this is kind of confidential information. Well, it's a kind of special day for you on Friday, isn't it?
Well, special for you.
No, you.
For me. Just because it's your... That is the most conceited thing I've ever heard.
Conceited? Well, that's a bit ungrateful.
Ungrateful? Why should I be grateful?
Right. Where are you going?
I'm walking out and slamming the door.
Yeah, well, so am I.
Well, I thought of it first.
Yeah, well, I'm nearer. I don't suppose there's any chance of you going out with me Friday night, is there? Don't slam the... That was a no, right?
That is interesting, because it's Kenny.
Well, then I suppose I have to agree. I could have been mistaken. But how do you account for the fact that 3 other people saw Bobby as well?
The 3 other people were pupils. Their word wouldn't be enough on its own.
But if it had been corroborated by mine?
And if your word wasn't reliable?
Okay, point taken. But it still doesn't change anything.
So?
Well, suppose no one was sure. Suppose no one saw him at all. I checked every kid that night. Only one of them had £30. And it's not as if he claimed it had been planted on him. He said it was his.
What could it have been?
Well, then where did the stolen money go? I searched everyone that night. There was only one who...
Sir, can I make a suggestion? Did you carry on searching everyone after you found that money on Bobby? And he did. Not only did he carry on and search everyone, he took a note of precisely how much money everyone had. As you can see, the only person with £30 was Bobby Tweed. The most anyone else had was 12. You're going to have to face it, Billy. Even without 4 eyewitnesses, this guy is as guilty as sin.
Remember my little detail?
What, the one you wouldn't tell me about? That means Bobby Tweed is innocent and pigs can fly. Yeah, what about it?
It's just got bigger.
I'm glad you could make it, Mr. Prescott. Ian, Keith and Jerry are already here.
Gathering of witnesses, eh? Any particular reason? I thought we settled all this.
No, just a few little, details.
What's that?
Should be an unconscious bird. I'm experimenting with drug birdseed.
This way, Mr. Prescott.
I really don't see what there is to discuss. In all honesty, there can't be any doubt that Bobby stole that money.
Well, there's just 1 or 2 things I'm having trouble with.
For heaven's sake, what? He was seen by 4 different people. He was found with exactly £30 on him.
Well, there's one thing. Exactly £30? That little detail's bothered me from the start.
Why?
It would mean the only money Bobby had on him was the money he was supposed to have stolen. Which would mean he must have arrived that night with no money at all.
So?
Where was his train fare? The train to Sherrington cost £1.50. Where was the money for it?
Maybe he'd forgotten it.
Mr. Prescott asked if anybody had forgotten their money, and nobody had.
There are 3 possibilities. 1, Bobby forgot he'd forgotten his money when Mr. Prescott asked. Unlikely. 2, Bobby lost his money later, and it somehow didn't turn up when the place was searched. Very unlikely. 3, the £30 in Bobby's bag was Bobby's and was in part his train fare. I think you'll agree. That answer makes sense.
Go on.
Something else I'm having trouble with. Bobby comes out of the equipment room, money in hand, and sees he's been spotted. He tears off back to the gym, gambling he hasn't been recognised, and hides the money.
Naturally.
I want you to put yourself in his position, Mr. Prescott. You're standing in the changing room. You know you mustn't be found with money on you, and you're surrounded by other people's bags. Would you really hide it in your own?
I suppose not.
Tell you what would be a better idea. You've got this money to get rid of. Except it's not 30 quid, it's 3 tenors. And surely you've got at least 2 friends in the judo club.
You mean I give 1 tenner to each friend?
At the same time, paying them to help you, and getting rid of the money.
So what we've been looking for isn't 1 guy with exactly £30.
But 3 guys with at least £10 each.
We checked the list you gave us, Mr. Prescott. And do you know what was an amazing coincidence?
The 3 guys with at least £10 each are the same 3 guys who say they saw Bobby with the money.
Mr. Prescott, that's not proof of anything.
It proves at least that Bobby didn't take the money. Mr. Prescott?
I'll talk to the headmaster in the morning. Then I think he and I will be talking to these 3 gentlemen.
I think we've got to go now, haven't we, guys? None of this was proof of anything, was it, Mr. Prescott? Not really proof.
He's right, you know.
I'm afraid your son's already admitted to taking the money, Mrs. Brown.
What?
Well, you see, he gave a tenner each to 2 of his friends so he wouldn't be found with the £30.
That isn't true.
I'm afraid there's absolutely no doubt about it, Mrs. Brown.
But I didn't. Mum, I didn't.
I can understand how upsetting it must be for you.
It was Jerry. He took the money. He gave the tenors to Keith and me. Oh, it's Keith. It was Jerry.
Would you like to tell that to your mother, Ian?
Listen, Mum, I didn't.
The time will be 5:45 precisely.
Is that the last of them?
Yep, and we've boarded up the holes so they can't get back in again. Little Nazis.
What?
Nothing.
I think I'm going to miss them.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go and see them on their way later.
Yeah. Maybe I will too.
Good.
With a tennis racket.
Oh, Lynda! Missed you at the pavilion last night. It's fantastic.
I didn't see you there.
Oh, that's because I was up the back with a friend. Heard the concert was good, though.
Well, certainly we both enjoyed it, from the more expensive seats. Miss.
Lynda, this folder you gave me on the play park story.
What about it, Julie?
Why have you doodled the word subconsciously 14 times on the back?
Oh, I was working out how to spell it.
You've spelt it the same way every time.
Well, that must be it then.
Another thing I've been meaning to ask.
What?
Everyone knows you fancy him, so why don't you just go out with him?
I do not fancy Spike. And as a matter of fact, everyone does not know I fancy him because it's an idea only you could be stupid enough to have.
Then how did you know it was Spike I was talking about?
What?
I didn't mention his name.
Here's the folder on the gardener story. Get working. What are you staring at?
The back of this folder. I think you just worked out how to spell Spike.